The latest on Kevin Durant as of early Saturday morning. Michael Grange on Friday of Sportsnet.Canada reported that the Raptors are not willing to put Jakob Poeltl in a trade for Kevin Durant. Brian Windhorst of ESPN on Get Up, he mentioned the possibility of the Suns, maybe if they don't find a package that they like, going into the season with Durant, or at least into the offseason, which is after July 1st with Durant still on the roster. John Gambadoro kind of echoed what Wendy said there. Campbell also mentioned on his radio show that the Minnesota Timberwolves are still in conversations for Durant. He also mentioned that if a deal is done with Houston, he thinks that Jabari Smith Jr. has to be included in that package for Kevin Durant. Jake Fisher and Mark Stein had an article on late Friday evening where they mentioned that the Rockets, Heat, and Timberwolves are still in conversations with the Suns regarding Durant, and that echoes what Shams Charania had said on Thursday. They also mentioned, the two writers, that unless talks shift, discussions could go into next week, and that the Suns do think that they can still get a deal done before draft night on Wednesday next week. That way they have a say in their picks, the Suns. What else here? The Suns have tried to get number 9 from the Raptors, 17 from the Wolves, and 20 from the Heat, according to their reporting, and they mentioned that Kel'el Ware is not available, or that the Heat are not willing to put him in a trade for Durant as of their reporting. So just real quick, my takes on what came out. It's kind of the same as far as the Spurs' situation. But there's been that reporting from Sam Amick that the Spurs are his number one destination that he wants to end up. So the Spurs have, they're not being aggressive right now. There's whatever initial offer they have on the table, it's still there. And this makes sense with, some of the packages, how we've kind of seen them reduce a little bit according to the reporting, like the Rockets maybe not including Jalen Green, Tari Eason, or Jabari Smith Jr., Miami not including Ware. As far as if the Suns keep Durant, that's a very tough situation for them to go into the season. They'd be a second apron team, which means they don't have any access to tax level, mid-level exceptions, or any kind of mid-level exceptions. They don't have access to combine players in a trade on their end. And then also all they have to fill out the roster is the veteran minimums, and which veteran players want to come to that situation where one of the top players wants to be traded, or he's going to be traded at least by February at the latest of that season. And so again, I don't know if a deal gets done on Saturday. That's basically one day, because then on Sunday the NBA Finals are taking place. I don't think a deal will get done on Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So then, the Suns really have just 3 days after that. They have Monday, they have Tuesday, and then they have Wednesday, which is really pushing it, because then you're going into the draft. And like I said, according to the reporting, Phoenix does want to, have control of whatever pick they're going to have in next week's draft if they get a trade down for Durant. So again, that's kind of the latest on where everything sits on the Kevin Durant situation going into Saturday morning.